Can I save this wrench? Will it work again? How do I get it loose where it moves? Follow along and I'm going to show you what happens to this wrench. Join me as I share stories of my life as a kid, bringing junk home and turning it into something useful. This wrench might look familiar to you. Might have seen it in a previous video where I tested some rust-proof, rust-resistant, rust remover products, and you can see it worked fairly well. Today I'm going to finish this up, see if I can get it functional again, and see what happens. There's a lot to do with this, so let's get right to it. Well, the first thing I'm going to do with this wrench is knock some of the rust off of it with my wire wheel. Let me get set up here. Well, let's see if we can't take some of that rust off. Had to grind out just a little bit so I can put it in a vise and see if I can turn this nut off. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if that's going to come off or not. I don't know if I can even get a hold of it, but it would be nice if that nut would come off right there. It's turning. Nut's turning. Oh. I was turning it tighter. You knew that, righty-tighty, right? Lefty-loosey. Should have been going the other way. Now I probably can't get a hold of it, but we know it turns, don't we? I got an idea. We'll put it in like this, and I'll put a vice grip on it. Look at that, coming right off. I was going the wrong way again. Righty-tighty, but this is righty-loosey. Okay. See that? Now let's see if I can get this off. Let's get it out there and take a look. That's broken. Let me get these old clumsy gloves off. You can see how that's split. I'm going to try to hit it with this, see if it pops off. She's coming. There she came. Yep, look at all that rust falling out of there. There's the handle, guys. I think I'll just clean that up and put a little glue on it. Make sure everything's cleaned up good. You can see how that's tapered and all rusty. Well, let's clean that up. Let's go back to the old wire wheel. Get my glosses and stuff all on here and see what we can do. Let's get you back over here to the wire wheel. Right there. Well, got that cleaned up. Now I wonder how this moves. So let's get down here again. And let me show you what I'm working on. This right here has to slide, and I'm not sure how that works. I think there's a spring that keeps it like that, and once it goes like that, let me tap on this right here just a little bit. It's moving. See it? Let me go get you a little bit of schmutz and put in there. You're wondering what schmutz is. It's the way my relatives, a lot of them are Amish, that's what they call grease, schmutz. I don't know why I picked up the habit of using that, but I did. Look at that, guys. Sliding right off of there. Ha. It's apart. Let's clean this up now. You can see inside there's this place for a spring that would come against this that would keep that pushed out like that. And then when you go to grab, it swings out, catches right here, and these grooves right there. But to be honest with you, I don't think this is going to work. It might, because the idea is to yeah, I can see what's wrong with it. This right here is all banged up. You can see that. Let me get that right there. It's all banged up, and at one time that would have come out more at a straight, or maybe something's broken off, that it would allow this to slide in, but then once it's, I don't know. If you know, let me know. I can see how it would work. If you put it there and you go to turn, it's just going to flip this down. If you put it here and you go to turn, it's just going to flip that down. So what holds that from actually, I don't know. Maybe I do. What I thought was a spring hold may not be. Let me go check something. What I'm doing is, here where that spring hole, what I thought was a spring hole, isn't a spring hole at all. It looks like there's a little pin that moves, which would catch this when pressure's put on it. Make sense? At least for that direction. And looks like there's something missing here also for this direction. So I've concluded that this wrench has some parts missing, and probably why it was thrown on the, well, why I found it in the old basement. It had served its purpose, and who knows how long. But there you have it. We know why it doesn't work anymore, why it's out of service, and why I'm not going to restore it any further than what you see. I think it looks nice. I will fix this though just a little bit, glue it, although that sure adds character. I know how I'm going to fix that. Let me clean this up here. Someone's put a nail in there because that's broken at one time. Look at that. It's just amazing what you find with some of this stuff. Let's see if I can't knock that nail out of there. That nail isn't coming out very, very easily. There, you can see it. Take this locking pliers, it's got this nut that I just dropped, and we'll turn it down a little. And we will see about pulling that nail out. There's the nail. Okay, now if I just rub this ever so lightly over this wheel. Bet this old thing smashed a few fingers in its day. Let's see here. That's not meshing back together very good. Let's see if we can't clean out. I wonder. That goes there like that. Yep. That's just seen a few better days, hasn't it? If I still had my lathe, I could make a new one. But I got rid of that several years ago. Decided I was never going to use it again. So here I am talking about it. Need to clean that out a little. Like that. Like this. And what, oh, I dropped it. Yeah, that's where it went. And like this. Let's get the bottom side of this cleaned. Put a little schmutz on there, and let's see if it'll turn on its own. Let's see here. Yep, those are left-handed threads. No wonder it was causing me issues. Just wasn't expecting that. By the way, this has a couple of notches in it right here and here, so this would add a special wrench. She could have screwed onto that to tighten this handle back up in there. But from an old piece of rusty junk, see, that would have been like that. What do you think, guys? She was retired because those pins are busted out right here. And I'm pretty sure there was something up in there too to catch the threads, so that if you were tightening with this one, it would tighten up in there, If you were tightening with this one, it would not tighten up over here. Keep it from I could be wrong. You guys probably know this, but just looking at this and my experience with old tools and wrenches like this, what I'm saying, the more I say it, just doesn't make sense. Still thinking this was a spring. What I think we had here was a nut that was turned on here, like this. And you could raise it and lower it and it stopped and wherever, just like any other crescent wrench. Except this one's right here. So guys, I'm dead wrong in what I was saying. I conclude that there's a part missing down here and this held it in place. And that's what that was for. And I'm guessing that this here probably got beat on too many times because I don't think this handle was off. I think this got beat on and this here thing must have split, broke, fell off, whatever. And I found it down in that basement like this in one clump of rust. So I'm not going to find that part. If I could actually get this thing going because that little spring isn't going to be a big deal. That's it, guys. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is that I'm working on and how it was put together, but if you think about it a little bit, and you talk yourself through it like I just did, a lot of times you can figure out the way the puzzle was put together. I'm almost certain there was a wheel right here that attached into this, and that you could turn it and it would move this up and down to wherever you wanted it. And I could look up the age of this old wrench, but my guess is it's about 1900, maybe 1920. So close to 100 years old, if not over 100 years old. How long it was in that basement is, beyond me. I don't know, but this was used regularly in someone's shop or in that old hardware. It could have gotten a lot of abuse, but there you have it. I think I figured this one out. So I'm going to call this video complete. Rusty old wrench figured out. If you like what I bring to you, please subscribe. If you have any comments, drop them down below. I'd love to hear them. And again, I want to share that the products and the tools, these rusty tools, come out of the old hardware store that I manage here in downtown Geneva, Breaks Hardware. It's been there since 1882. So when I say 142 years old, I mean it. Appreciate them supplying me with some of the rusty junk that I take a look at and some of the products that I use in this shop. Can it be fixed? You bet this can be fixed, but not by me today. Can you fix it? Sure you can fix it. Darn right you can. If you spend a little time, a little research, we could find those parts. Could have someone make them. But today we're going to call this project complete. Hang it on the shelf as a reminder of years past. Until the next time.